shine. So I'm proud of him. I'm not really upset. Even like
couldn't have an error to himself. And if you put Terence Crawford against any opponent on Floyd's resume, who do you have favorite? Terence Crawford or one of Floyd's opponents?
Why does Ron keep mentioning another?
No, I'm asking the question first. Do we got Terence Bud Crawford beating everybody on Floyd's resume?
And you know, Terence Crawford, continue to be great. Continue to do you.
What happens when the greatest boxer of his generation finally starts to feel the pressure of time? When the man who once ruled every division, every camera, and every dollar sign suddenly finds his greatness being questioned. For Floyd Money Mayweather, that moment came live when he exploded on Terence Crawford, declaring, "I'm still better." The internet went into meltdown. This wasn't a random outburst. It was Mayweather, the undefeated icon, finally responding to the rise of the man many now call the new face of boxing. The same man who dethroned Canelo Alvarez and flipped the sport upside down. But to understand why Floyd reacted this way, you've got to rewind. For years, Mayweather was untouchable to 50 wins, 0 losses, the perfect record. He turned defense into an art form, turned fights into 9-figure spectacles, and made greatness look effortless.
I didn't have to have 70 fights or 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that...
The greatest of all time.
Okay.
All right.
Then came Terence Bud Crawford, quiet, disciplined, relentless. A fighter who didn't chase fame or controversy, just excellence. And when Crawford dismantled Canelo Alvarez in 2024, everything changed. He didn't just beat Canelo, he dominated him. The bigger, stronger man looked outclassed. That night sparked the question no one dared ask before.
I think wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me.
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? You know, that's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah, nah.
Could Crawford actually be better than Mayweather? Could he beat him even at Floyd's peak? When reporters asked Canelo which fighter was tougher, Mayweather or Crawford, his answer sent shockwaves through the sport. Crawford's better. In the end, for me, champ, Crawford's better. That one line hit Floyd where it hurt most. His legacy.
Terence Crawford had the ability to fight backwards and stay composed, good defense, hands was always up, countering everything that Canelo was throwing at him. He was just a little more active fight. Canelo did hit him to the body, but it was pretty much all Terence Crawford.
I think some of what we saw from Canelo is what he's has to resort to now to fight. Maybe he's dealt with some injuries to where he's not as mobile. It's just the pattern that he's put himself in for the last, 6 to 8 fights. That same pattern is why Bivol was able to get him.
He did not allow Canelo to get inside, man. As soon as Canelo would get into that certain range, he would jab him. We didn't see any like lateral moves where he would throw, push off to the side as we used to see Canelo Alvarez.
Canelo was almost smothering his shot because he couldn't stay at range with him. And Terence Crawford runs off counter combinations. It would be a wider margin if they fought it.
The myth of perfection, the aura of invincibility. Suddenly, it had competition. If the same Canelo Floyd once schooled now says Crawford was tougher, what does that mean for the so-called best ever?
And lastly for me, champ, in the world of comparisons that we live in right now, if you can, compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence Bud Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
For the first time in years, Floyd looked rattled. He began dropping hints, first subtle, then bolder. "I've still got it," he said. "If I wanted to come back, I could." At first, fans brushed it off as classic Mayweather talk. But soon, whispers turned to headlines.
Possibly remember, Canelo that time was a razor-thin decision. Floyd won, majority decision. C.J. Ross had it with what a lot of people had as a draw. And then the other 2 judges scored it for Floyd, of course.
Yeah, nobody had it.
And that was a Floyd at the top of his game with a very green Canelo with very little experience, and he took him, into deep waters. So
yeah, what was Canelo? What, 20-something? 20 what? 23, 25?
Yeah, he was. Very, very young in the game,
Very
obviously.
Young. Yeah, very young. He had more fights than Floyd, and he lost.
Yeah,
To a
but,
man that was 30-something years old, 36.
but Floyd was clearly at the top of his career, and Canelo had fought a lot of people, but
His career.
but-
How you at the top of your career in your prime? You in your prime. You ain't in your prime when you're at 36. That's not your prime.
did he lose? I mean,
Your prime is in your 20s.
it's different for different people.
Yeah, okay. Well, so, and that's why Canelo is saying what he's saying.
But I mean, don't you? I
Want to
mean,
make himself look like he did something great.
Floyd Mayweather might be planning a real comeback, not an exhibition, but a professional fight. And the rumored opponent? Terence Crawford. Floyd's motive was clear. He wanted to make a statement, to remind the world that no matter how many titles Crawford wins, or how many greats he beats, he'll never be Money Mayweather. But before that fantasy matchup could even take shape,
Crawford couldn't have an era to himself. And if you put Terence Crawford against any opponent on Floyd's resume, who do you have favorite? Terence Crawford or one of Floyd's opponents?
Why does Ryan keep mentioning another?
No, I'm asking the question first. Do we got Terence Bud Crawford beating everybody on Floyd's resume?
another shocker hit the news. Floyd Mayweather versus Mike Tyson. The two legends are set to meet in an exhibition next April, not for belts, but for pride. Tyson has made no secret of his feelings toward Floyd, calling him arrogant and claiming he never took real risks. Tyson's promise? I'll humble him in front of the world. And just like that, the boxing world exploded.
Any chance that you would take a professional bout in the future after Mike, or is that off the table?
It's on it. It's on it. It's been talks. It's possible.
Okay, so not totally against that possibility.
No, not at all. Not at all. But we just don't.
Some fans are calling it historic. Others say it's a circus, just another payday. But love him or hate him, one thing's certain, whenever Floyd Mayweather steps back into the spotlight, the world watches. Because for Floyd, it's never been just about boxing, it's about legacy.
Wild, because like if you look at Floyd's resume, it's much deeper than Crawford's. And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense and all that stuff. But Floyd picked and chose when he fought guys, especially once he left lightweight. He wiped out the junior lights, bring him. Lightweight, he jumps up to Jose Luis Castillo first thing. A lot of people think he lost the first fight, I didn't, but then he won the rematch. But once he left lightweight, he was careful about when he fought guys. So even though his resume is deeper with names, people remember, yeah, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with everyone the whole time.
Oh, yes.
That makes a difference to.
And this time, he's not just fighting an opponent. He's fighting the one thing even legends can't defeat, time.